Welcome to Bespoke Diaries. Today's article is on youngsters dying of cardiac arrest, surely a cause behind this, genetic or chemical intrusion, by Jugesh Singh, author, poet, India. According to the medical dictionary, cardiac arrest occurs when the heart suddenly stops circulation. People often get crazy over the confusion loop between heart attack and cardiac arrest. They physiologically relate both terms despite of being technically different. Heart attack occurs when the arteries supplying blood to heart gets slowed or blocked. Plaque in the arteries, while cardiac arrest is a condition in which the heart ceases beating, eventually results in the sudden death of patient. Cardiac arrest is lethal and much worse in comparison with heart failure or heart attack. Unfortunately, these days cardiac arrest is becoming a trend in our regions, especially among youngsters. Even there is hardly a day that we don't hear such news. It is occurring in a broad spectrum of pathologies and an important cause of deaths, accounting for more than 20% of mortality in the general population. The everyday youngster is becoming the prey of cardiac arrest, extremely in Kashmir province and Chenab Valley of Jammu province. Everyone is getting worried about the ongoing live losses of youngsters just because of this fatal cardiac arrest, as Jugesh is. He has seen and experienced a tremendous loss of youngsters from his region, i.e. Pagal region, constituting of 3 districts of Jammu province: Doda, Kishtwar, and Ramban. What we call it, the blow of nature, negligence of mankind himself, or a loop glitch of the administrative system. After all, we can't justify it by giving the reason of carelessness of individuals, because well-educated and responsible youngsters are getting trapped in it. Even the authorities avoid talking about this issue, or at least awareness is being circulated on any media platform. Their attitude is only towards dieting. For all this, at least we should not stick to one clue. Cardiac arrest is due to many risk factors, including family history of coronary artery disease, smoking habits, hypertension, high blood cholesterol, obesity, diabetes, sedentary lifestyle, any trace previous episode of heart attack, nutritional imbalance, chronic kidney disease, hypotension, pulmonary embolism, inadequate ventilation, etc. Even the total survival rate for pre-hospital collapses is about 2.6%, which is beyond imagination's mere. Many cardiac disorders can be inherited, including heart attack, stroke, congenital heart diseases, heart failures and high blood cholesterol. Most sudden cardiac arrest or related diseases have a genetic basis or a conclusion of certain mutations of genes, which has a diversified explanation computed and identified by the cardiologists. Sudden cardiac arrest in youngsters is a piece of devastating news and occurs unexpectedly in fit and fine, healthy people having normal cardiac-related reports, which is a matter of serious concern to health authorities and individuals themselves. There is an ample number of options for early in-view identification of subjects at risk, including the use of ECG, clinical imaging, etc. Regular checkup camps should be organized by authorities in remote areas to monitor such disorders. Some research suggests that 50% of sudden cardiac arrest cases are genetic in origin. Furthermore, it can be rectified by observing the lineage history of patient born to such devastating cause. Merely about 80% of such diseases are because of this genetic aspect cited and stated. Let's move on to another aspect, which too can be the biggest blunder behind this. Any chemical, in either gas, liquid or solid form, that has the potential to cause the harm is referred to as a dangerous or harmful chemical. They can cause various lethal disorders after entering into our body and system. There are different routes by which chemicals may enter into our body. Some of them are inhalation, skin contact with chemicals, swallowing or consumption of toxic enriched substances, injection, etc. Our skin is made up of permeable layers which have a good potential to exchange substances, as our dermal layer comes in contact with chemicals. They enter using skin pores, which can be a valid reason behind this torment. On the other hand, inhalation of dirty air constituting various harmful chemicals are the filthy portals to various respiratory disorders. As we inhale such chemicals, it goes directly into our lungs, which may result in chronic lung diseases and frequent heart attacks. In chemical factories, labor community is being worse affected, and it is not just only the common people who are a victim of it. Even officials working in such plants get in touch with too. So, while working in such plants, everyone should take necessary precautions, and workers should have well enough awareness about the adverse effects of such chemicals. Another group of people who are worse trapped by respiratory problems is smoker, druggie community. Most people were not aware about it before, so lack of education was a factor, but sadly in today's world well-educated young people are enrooted and addicted with this. Consumption and injection of drugs, ethanol, tobacco, doping particles, are the passive factors responsible for sudden cardiac arrests and lung cancer among druggies. Another major blunder behind frequent heart attacks is the food we eat. It acts as a passive catalyst and of course a silent killer. Food may also contain some harmful toxic substances. Consumption of such concentrates is the main risk factor to sudden cardiac disorders and deaths. Diet is the key risk factor in heart diseases. Some research suggests that eating heavy saturated foods, beef, lamb, pork, etc. can boost cholesterol levels, gradually raise odds for cardiac-related disorders. We should know and check if any food item that comes into our kitchens are healthy enough to edible. Proper testing of food items must be monitored, but a single person cannot do it on his own unless accompanied by authorities. Recently there was disastrous news being circulated that dangerous levels of metals have been found in vegetables being grown in some fields along the river Yamuna in New Delhi, could cause life-threatening diseases like cancer, neurological disorders, suppress kidney and liver functioning, eventually leading to cardiac arrest like holocausts. These are the situations in regions like Delhi where people are enough educated and authorities are on pinpoint watch. Just think of our Jammu and Kashmir, which is an orphan region. Therefore, it is a humble and hand-folded request to the administration and government on behalf of orphan regions of Jammu and Kashmir that the vegetables and other edible items that get supplied to our homes should be properly tested as per FSI standards, because the bulk of commodities in our market are being sold of poor quality. Time to take a wake-up call, as the fiasco has just begun, else the consequences would be of a catastrophe with a populace over 1.33 billion. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For similar type of article, please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.